What's up, everyone? Dazanar here. Came to the ranch because we just had a hurricane a couple days ago, and there's nothing growing. I can't find anything. It's crazy. I really get frustrated coming out to a spot when I think conditions should be ideal, and I just find nothing, and it turns into just a nice walk, which I guess is fine, but very frustrating. Anyways, what's up? How you guys doing? If you guys would like and comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, put that up here at the front. Just maybe someone will remember to like the video watching it. Also, link to join my Discord is going to be in the description down below, my Instagram and anything else. The Discord, we got people to chat in there, so if you guys want to join too, that'd be cool. The more the merrier. Legit actual people chatting in there. Anyways, today I just wanted to talk about some basic tips for investing, because occasionally I get young friends asking me how to invest. Should I buy Bitcoin here? This, that, what stocks should I get? And so yeah, I just want to make another video kind of like on investing. So my first tip for you, if you're thinking about investing because you want to buy some crypto or stock and sell when it's higher, my first suggestion for you is read up on what dollar cost averaging is. I will explain it to you, but you should read up on that a bit more. Learn about support and resistance, because that'll help tell you or help signal for you when you should be buying and when you should be thinking about selling. So what is dollar cost averaging? This is a type of investing that you are constantly doing small buys on some sort of security or stock or crypto, and you're just constantly buying this object. So for example, every month you buy $100 of Tesla stock. No matter what the price is, you're buying it, and that's called dollar cost averaging. What I advise people to try and do, especially with crypto, is to dollar cost average down. That means so every time the price takes a huge significant tumble towards the downside, that would be a day that you dollar cost average. That would be a day that you take out some money, whatever your capital is available to do, and buy some crypto or stocks or whatever it is that day. That's usually a day that like something happened bad in the world, or big financial news like the feds are increasing rates and stuff like that. Those days the markets prepare and they start dumping ahead of time if they can. So that's the times you really want to think about investing. Also, it's really prudent to invest during a recession. And I don't know if you guys realize this, we're heading into a recession now. So buying stocks or crypto in the next year or so, dollar cost averaging over the next year or so, this would be the time to do it. And in the future, you would not regret it. People are generally afraid to buy stuff when prices are going down. But historically, the stock market has recovered every single time. Crypto has also recovered every single time that it's crashed. So these things are cyclical, and it's just a matter of time before the markets or whatever real world events that have pulled money out of those markets return that money back into those markets. Because it's a very easy way for the most wealthy people to make money, because they have enough money that they can manipulate those systems, and because of that, they don't abandon those systems. They always come back to them so that they can make a profit. So what you do is dollar cost average the whole way down. So stocks are going down, they travel up, down. That's kind of how it works, right? So you are trying to find and locate what are called support and resistances. That are areas where whatever you're tracking has hit. That's called a resistance. They hit it and go down, and maybe hit it again and go down. That would be a resistance zone up top there, where it's finding resistance. Maybe at like Bitcoin, for example, is having resistance at 20K, but then it falls to like 17,500 and it does not go lower than that. That's called a support. On bigger time scales, you want to zoom out and try and find out where the support zone is for the object that you wish to purchase. And you want to wait until it gets into that zone to buy that whatever, right? And that would be buying at support. And you can dollar cost average doing this too. You just have to locate where that's going to be. So what did I talk about? Dollar cost averaging and support and resistance. Yeah, those are some really basic, very basic ideas when it comes into just getting into investing. The next idea you need to work with is probably, if you're just investing, if you don't know what you're doing, probably don't invest too much money at first. This stuff takes a long time to understand and learn what you're getting yourself into, especially if it's like crypto, since it's brand new. You might just be like FOMOing or fearfully buying into something, expecting its value to go up, but you don't even know what it is, right? That's what happened with like Dogecoin and Shiba Inu, stuff like that. People got really excited, bought that, and they thought they were going to the moon. And really, a lot of times, that's just a trap that the media and market makers are in on, and they hype you up, and more people fear buy into it, and then when they're ready, they'll dump people. So it's important to understand what you're getting into. Man, I haven't found any mushies. That's just really... I found one panantiller, which is useless. So yeah, you want to know what you're getting into. And that has taken me a long time to figure out, like, what exactly the markets do, why they pump, why they dump. You really need to understand that stuff before you start really investing in the stocks and crypto. Now, if you're trying to day trade, or if you're trying to learn how to trade and not just dollar cost average and wait for better days to sell, the biggest tip I can tell you is to either paper trade first. This is where you're trading on some sort of account that allows you to not actually use money, but you can buy and sell stocks or crypto fake and practice at it. That is a very, 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 very big tip that most people should start out when they're trying to learn how to trade. And the next tip would simply be to start off very small, like at the least amount of money you can do on the exchange you're using. I think Binance, the least you can do in a trade there is like $10. If you use Coinbase Pro, you can trade with as little as $1 or $2. So you can do very, very cheap trades. And I say this because I think I've heard this statistic. I don't know if it's factual, but feels factual. 95% of traders in their first year or two are unsuccessful and lose money. I don't know if it's actually 95%, but generally people lose money their first years investing because they have no idea what they're doing, and they get involved at a point in price where they shouldn't have, because they were just like, oh, well, I'm going to do this now and it should be easy and I'll make money. I thought that way too. And then things just never turn out that way. And you being new, you don't understand all the tricks that the big fish are pulling on all you small noobs. And next thing you know, that $1,000 you invested just dumps down and it's worth $500, and you're like, oh, what do I do? And if you you might sell at that point, which you probably should have sold if you were that that thin of hands, paper hands they call them. If you were that scared, you should have sold it like $990 as soon as you started going down a little. Sell that shit. Because day trading is not like swing trading or dollar cost averaging. You need to get your profits, and as soon as you get profits, you get out. Doesn't matter if it's like 1% or 2%, you just get out. And that gives you the opportunity to get back in. But most new people are gonna get too emotional, get too greedy, too afraid to buy, too afraid to sell. A whole rack of psychological issues come up for you as a new trader, and it makes it very, very difficult. So you eventually lose. So that's why it's important to start with like $1, $10, and just limit your trades to that for months, maybe even a year, right? Just until you start to get better at trading and understand what you're getting into. All the while, you're definitely going to be needing to look up resources, and so you can teach yourself how to trade and what signals you need to look for and what technical analysis works best for you, because there's a whole bunch of different ways to analyze markets. And some are very complicated, some are easier for others to learn, and some people prefer XYZ analysis over ABD analysis, so there's a lot to learn when it comes to investing in anything, right? In anything. And I guess my last little tip, so learn support and resistance, learn dollar cost average, and preferably dollar cost average as price is going down, not as you're entering a bull market and price is going up. You don't want to really dollar cost average that way. That is very, very risky. So support versus dollar cost averaging, start with a small amount. A little tip is Binance. If you use Binance, USA Binance, they don't have any fees on Bitcoin trading right now. So you can very easily buy like $10 of Bitcoin, and it goes up 25 cents. Normally on an exchange, there's a fee based on the amount that you're buying and selling. So the fee would be based on like $10, right? And it might be anywhere from 1% or 2% fee. So a lot of times that can break into the profits. So if you're only making like 1 or 2% profit, which on $10 is like what, 10 cents is 1%, and 10% profit would be $1. So if you're only making like 10 cents, and the fee is like 5 or 10 cents, it makes it a lot harder to do faster trades and practice with it. But when there are no fees, like on Binance US, you're up 10 cents. Well, you can sell and get that 10 cents and don't have to pay any fee. So that's entirely profit. And that's really cool and really great for practicing. I recommend it. Binance US. I can link a referral code down here. And if you, I think, deposit like $100, you'll both get $10 or $25. I'll try and remember to link a referral code down below. My last tip is don't get into leverage trading, especially if you're new. And leverage trading is when you are doing futures trading, which is when you have a certain amount of money. Let's just say $1,000. You have $1,000 on this account. And because you have $1,000, it lets you borrow, let's just say $10,000. You have a certain amount of spending power that you can use based on the amount of money in your account. But it's not really yours, right? You're just allowed to borrow it. But if you lose that, like, you'll get liquidated and it'll take all the money that you put in on that trade. So say you did $1,000, and for future trading you can either long, that's when you get into a trade and you expect price to go higher and you sell at a certain point, or you can go short. That's when you sell whatever your object is, like Bitcoin, and then you're hoping it goes to a lower price so that you can buy it back and you keep the difference. That is longing and shorting and future trading. And so you used $1,000 on a trade. If for whatever reason the trade goes in the opposite direction you thought, at a certain point you start getting into the negatives, and eventually it will hit a number called your liquidation point, which is where you get kicked out of the trade, and that entire $1,000 you put in goes to the market maker. It's no longer yours. That's called being liquidated. And that is something that the biggest, richest movers of crypto and stocks do a lot. They try to stop loss hunt, is what it's called. And that's where they manipulate price to go up or down really, really fast to try and liquidate certain traders who are leverage trading at very high amounts and margins, as they call them. So some people can do a 2x leverage trade. That's where you get twice the amount of money for your $1,000. So you $1,000, you can actually borrow like $2,000, something like that. And then you can go all the way up to like 150x. And when you leverage that much, you can borrow a lot of money. The thing is, when price moves just a little bit, it really affects the profits that you get. But if price goes just, the opposite direction of what you want, and you're super high leveraged, it does not take a lot of price movement at all to liquidate you, and you lost all your money. And so people with really high leverage will get into trades trying to make a quick buck off these movements, but the market makers know this, and so if they just react in the opposite direction, they can essentially steal lots of people's money. Billions get lost this way in crypto. Anyway, so that's it. Support and resistance, dollar cost average. Use Binance USA. Do not leverage trade, especially if you're new. And if you're trying to trade and not just dollar cost average, remember to start off very, very small until you practice for months, possibly a year or longer. So start off small if you're trying to actually learn how to trade and not just invest for the long term. Those are my simple, disorganized tips for investing. If you have any questions, put them in the comments or message me on Snapchat, whatever it is. You know how it is. Just let me know what you're thinking. A lot of you guys are young, and I just I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I've made and that I see other people make too, which is they get really eager and overconfident, but really they don't even understand what the market is and end up selling at a loss, or getting really stressed out because they over leverage themselves and now they're flat broke and in debt, and you don't want that to happen to you. I myself have made mistakes, and I just don't want you guys to make them. Like, I myself have a lot of money invested in crypto right now, and it's not worth a lot. So I could be stupid and sell, but I'm not going to do that. I'm holding. So look at this guy. Look at this puddle. See all this water? No mushies. No mushies. Drives me crazy. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to end it here because I got to cross this fucking... Hey, where are you going? We're going over here. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thanks for watching.